Goer's gonna be first up versus Mies. A bit of a rematch between these two. Last time Goer's had to play on a back foot the entire time. This time though, he might be able to get himself a bit of a play. Mies immediately procced a random Bloodlust, random Tribe Warp. Immediate Ascendance out Goer's. Immediate Ascendance just rushing in there. I don't know if you can really root. Mies trying to go for a stun, looking for some damage. Big procs, lots available, trying to go for some damage, stun around the corner, few valuable wind strikes do connect. This is so good for him. Ring of Frost trying to see if he can avoid it. Mies trying to use zonal action, never completed the Ring of Frost, however. So if Goer's, that altar too wasn't great for Mies, didn't ultra high, trying to go for a stun, knockback, drop it out of the meteor. Goer's able to leap out of that so easily. Still got plenty of pressure from Mies. If you got Maelstrom, lightning bolts are gonna do work. Look at that damage. Wow. He's not a melee class, boys. He's a ranged. He's an elemental shaman that just decided, you know what? I feel like dual wielding, boys. I feel like dual wielding, man. Maelstrom power is so good, or Maelstrom rather. Maelstrom stacks are so good. My favorite part about enhancement, honestly. Mies does get himself a bit of recovery with a mage ice block. Does have a void elf racial set up. Big ray onto Goer's, having to just play defensively. He is playing a very aggressive version of his Maelstrom weapon, however. So he has to use a Maelstrom offensively before he can start using it for a heal. Does get an Earth Elemental harassing over Mies, though. And if he can get himself a Root Totem, Stun Totem, try to see if that connects. Maybe can kite the mage into it? No, he can't. Doesn't have the double. Doesn't look like he has a double unless Mies took out the first one. Dropping down Ring of Frost, trying to make it a little bit harder for Goer's to make an approach. Mies waiting until to get himself a proper go. Has breath. So if you see the mage rushing at you, then Goer's should be a little bit more careful. Trying to make sure there's a bit of distance between him and the shaman. Dropping a meteor. Goer's just gonna back up out of there. He's just gonna try to make it harder for the shaman and force him to commit quite a lot of mobility cooldowns in order to close that gap. Leaping in, trying to go for a kick, does not connect, has himself lined aside, has himself casting heals, and Mies got himself a random proc of damage too, unless those actually just proper icy veins. Might actually be. Sunder for a second, Brett does connect, no trinket available, can knock Mies back if anything. Chiming and trying to make sure it hits on the cast. Got himself a big shield, so he should be able to keep himself alive here just fine. Ray of Frost doing quite a bit of damage, but that Bulwark absorbing a huge majority of it. For Goer's though, he gotta get himself the good distance. Full ascent, full stun, hold on, blink available for Mies. Can you catch back up to him? Will not be able to cut him back into that stun totem, but does get a wind strike kick too. Oh, hold on a second. Mies with a quick invis though, trying to see if you can drop the pressure or drop the damage. And looks like you can see the images, but you can't see where the mage is at. But you probably know that he's going to be somewhere. He knows he's on the way. He knows he's approaching him. You can just tell. Trying to go for yet another setup, knocking him back. Trying to go for a couple of range casts here. There's going to be me just trying to see if you can spell steal as many buffs from him as possible. Quick interrupt on Frost. Another Polymer to follow. I saw the purple totem, I thought for a second grounding, but not really. I don't think actually Goer's is running grounding in this round. Trinket out for Goer's, not going to be available. There's going to be full stun. Mies, hold on. Trying to see if he can give himself a big go, but a wall for Goer's is going to be huge. Got himself Bloodlust. Wolves are active. Will not have Ascend. As long as he can somehow get over next to Mies, you might be okay. Mies getting random infinite star procs on the Wolves, I think, there. Or on a totem. I'm not even sure. Goer's just needs a little bit more, man, just to shift the totems. Can you move the totems? Or double stun? No, invis out for Mies actually, so he has no idea. Yeah, he has no idea. Full poly around the corner. Try to see if he can set up even more AoE. Ray of Frost shatters are available. Buried down again for Goer's. 5 minutes into the match, and these two have not given each other an inch so far. Mies has been playing a little bit on this kiting spree, but trying to catch up whatever damage he can here and there. Goer's trying to also play very, very carefully, using the pillars in order to get himself some line of sight. Needs himself good bit of Maelstrom in order to set up some huge damage onto Mies. Got himself the Wolves. Breath to follow, trying to go for a stun, knocking it back, dodging the meteor yet again. Big Tempest finally connects. I think it's the first Tempest so far. Out for Goer's. He just needs another proc of Tempest. Mies got him some max range, trying to see if he can set up some big damage onto Goer's. Lasso able to connect as well. Knockback doesn't go send him far enough at all. The root totem for a second, leaping right over. Mies is in a melee range, is not in a great spot. Yet another block. I think it's a third block out of him. This time, however, a natty block with some cooldown reduction. Goer's actually backing up out of there. I think trying to be very careful with that Dragon's Breath. Stun onto Mies, blinking out of it. I don't know if you can move the totem last second. Breath to follow. Does have a knockback. Is he gonna go for a knock himself? No, just gonna wait for a knock. Mies delaying the stun. Actually did not have Snowdrift at all. Might be able to go for Snowdrift here. If he can catch Goer's in the freeze. Might be able to make something happen. Guerreros, I think, can win this. He has Mies on the ropes. It's just over. I think it just lights. One more hit. Oh, with the Tempest to finish it off. Beautiful finisher. With Lemon Roll going to be up next with Johnny switching up from the DK to the Monkus. For Guerreros, I don't think he has knockback. I don't think he has much heal. Last to stop the damage. Can wall, can ascend. That's about all he can do. Warlock custom is available as well. May just to burn it. Ascend, try to see if you can make a play. No, touch of death. Way too low on health. Way too low. That is so unfortunate, dude. Jesus, GG, bro. Yeah, seriously, man. The Shaman was not going to let that mage win that. We are 7 minutes into the duels, boys. That first one, between Mace and Guerreros, I'm pretty sure Mace wants to go for a bit of a rematch there. I'm pretty sure they do. Hopefully, we'll see it at some point. I'm pretty sure he wants to get back at him at some point, yeah. Well done, Guerreros, dude. That was very well played. Very hard-fought battle. Cobra finding a way to get some CC onto Lemon Roll back-to-back. First bolt, second Shadow Fury. Let's see, have a second bolt. Drop an Infernal. Another Fear. You have another bolt? You have a double bolt? Drop himself plenty of bullets from the portals, though. Quite a lot of damage. Lemon Roll able to back away behind the pillar. Dropping in even more of them. Yet another bolt out of the portal. Port right after, rolling back in. Trying to go for a kick, dude. That little quick dash that Monks can do. That is so much mobility. So good. We're a little roll into double hit. Trying to go for slice and win Condi. Barely reaching, but it is reaching Cobra. It is connecting. Ringer piece to knock him back in. Walling it off. Karma right after. Cobra needs to be just very, very careful. That Karma reversing a lot of the damage back to you. Actually, partially reversing it because I'm pretty sure why he has Nether to, Bro. Ruination? Blizzard. Chat. Can somebody explain if... I said it before, I feel like Ruination doesn't do any damage sometimes. It straight up hit him right in the dome and it did nothing. His health bar barely moved. Can somebody explain it to me? Big rapid fire sent into Cobra, catching him in a second BCC, tricking out of Possess. Needs to get the line inside immediately. Did not end up getting a good volley positional, so wasn't really able to maximize one single rapid fire volley. Or one row rapid fire. Needs to get another one going up in here as soon as possible. There is a succubus out in the open, so needs to be very careful with it. Honestly, maybe a good idea to drop freezing traps on that succubus. He's gonna go for CC. Yeah, watching the succubus with his stops like that and stand still does get himself a pet secondly. So this Chaos Bolt should not do as much damage. The shield will do damage, but they can't crit for a little bit. Another Fear into Infernal Bolt. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Settle around the corner. Bonzo fell. Oh no. That needs to be very careful. Does have a wall. Doesn't take a lot of damage from that. Portal around the corner. Try to see if you can't max into portals, however, which is unfortunate. First aid, yeah, ain't gonna be able to do much with the portal. Freezing trap on the succubus. Whatever rapid fires you can get onto Cobra, however, is gonna be huge. Volley down, that's huge. Rapid fire, go behind the pillar, let that thing shadow. Scatter for just a quick second. Succubus is trained though. I think it might be lights, yeah. Ah! As soon as you see a bolt when you're low health, you know it's over, man. That is rough. That's your Warlock's Chaos Bolts are so good, man. So good. Big cleave out by Bird with a Blade Dance right after. Trinkets into a kick. Try to see if you can just finish off Cobra here real fast. Succubus does end up catching him for a moment. Has himself defenses. That Chaos Bolt is going to hurt a lot. Fear to follow. Oh, the Incinerate, however, does end up breaking him out of the Fear. That is, if he had double bolt right there, I think I actually would have been dead. Bird using immunity, trying to see if he can fell rush over. Hunt to close that gap. Oh, go in the distance. I don't think he connected though. I think he got line decided. I don't think he actually got to properly connect. That is unfortunate. Portals, Chaos Mother, I think it's just over. Oh, while imprisoned, nothing he can do. I don't think he can even break the prisons, can he? Foxy Wu is going to be up next though. Try to see if he gets some kind of a go versus Cobra. Quick in-cap right after. Lexup to follow. Full damage available. This is your opportunity. This is your chance. Trickens out of the Mortal Coil. I think you just finish it. Commit the damage. Full Condi. You got to go full Conduit. Conduit on Celestials, and I think you're just dead. Shadow Fury, Bolt. Hold on. For Cobra, it's a tight spot. Ruination. Did nothing. What is this Ruination, dude? I hate it. In PvE, it's fine. In PvP, it feels like it does nothing. Foxy with yet another set of images. You might be able to close the gap and go for Karma. Definitely needs a Karma. Yep, there goes the Karma. Fear to follow. Wall out for Cobra. Going in for a greater Warlock Hustle while Wall is active. He is going to end up burning it very, very quickly. Foxy will left with not a lot of health. I think it actually might be Cobra's game to win here. As Foxy's looking for that recovery. You do have a Condi. You have a Zoo coming up very, very soon. I don't know if you can go around the pillar and like zap him to break that first aid. But it looks like Cobra is in a great spot right now. Trying to see if he can position Succubus around the corner. Bonds of Fell does connect. That is going to hurt Foxy quite a decent bit. Succubus is gonna catch it. I think it might be Lights. Are you naked? I just realized he's literally naked Volpera with a hat. The hat, I think, yeah, the hat is like, wait, I'm wearing the clothes. Look at my hat. Lexi. Lexi, perfect. With a bolt, Fist of Fury. If you got any images, Mortal, I think it's Lights. Ah, that is Lights. That is so tough, dude. That is so tough. 4? I didn't realize Coleman went for a 4 after Goer's literally did 100 million in healing.